Greetings. It's Friday, April 3rd, 2020, and I'm reporting in. I thought I'd make this video on the galactic perspective of our current times. There's been a great relationship forged, I feel, with the Galactics, we'll call them, or we call them sometimes my star family. And so I'll just start with the virus, because that's the most predominant aspect of our life right now. And the galactic perspective and information is that there is none. There is no virus. It's a sham, a media, false flag. It's a distraction. And there's lots of agendas behind it. So that's interesting. And, you know, I sort of have a hard time accepting that, because as much as I don't watch the mainstream media, I still am affected by all of its influence, and excuse me, that's a hard one to swallow. However, a lot of citizen journalists have been doing their own boots on the ground and are going into hospitals and filming, and it's quiet, and there's not the big inflow of cases and deaths like they think. And so the galactic perspective is that there is no virus, that there are other agendas at play here. And so if people are getting sick and dying, it's because of their own already existing issues, which seems to reflect the case. So, and then what we might have seen, or what has been projected on the media, are simulations and not really exact and true shots or video of actual scenes and real doctors and real patients. So we haven't really seen any of that. Anyway, so that's reassuring, both in a global health way, so that's good, but it's also very disturbing, because what the hell, we're all locked in. What the hell is really going on? So if it's not a virus, then we really have to ask a ton of questions and sort of open up to that. So the galactic perspective then, here now. There's so many things at play, is my understanding. There's sort of an enlightening of our world, of Earth, as a planet, as its own consciousness. Our planet, our solar system is going into this, is already in this wave of energy, this sheet they call it. And it's filled with photons and protons, and it's this plasma sheet. And the Earth and the solar system is moving through it right now. So that's adding a ton of extra energy within the cosmos, and a lot of extra energy is being bombarded onto the Earth, and lots of cool cosmic and solar rays and galactic waves that are hitting the Earth, which are supposed to be moving it, evolving it into sort of a new phase. And of course, we're along for the ride as well. And we're supposed to evolve with it. So that's another part of our experience, is we kind of have to wake up to this Earth experience and to this galactic experience, because we can't just be in the bubble. There's a whole universe that's alive just beyond, our backyard, and there's a lot going on. Asteroids, comets, other life forms, space travel. It's incredible. All right, that's off the subject. Okay, so I still also do believe that there could be a few days of media blackout and internet blackout, or just a real stall in our usage, our availability of internet and media. And that crackdown, that lockdown will be global, my understanding. And it's a time of where there's no communication, except there might be some emergency broadcast communications from the administration, from the task force that is kind of, as I had mentioned before, there's a bit of a coup going on. The White Hats are in command, my understanding. And we are moving into a new way of being and evolving on so many different levels, and even politically. And so this is part of this crazy world that we're in right now. We're literally in the midst of this giant change. I was just lost my point of focus. Anyhow, the Earth is changing. We're changing with it. There's no virus. There's other agendas at play. A few days of darkness we may have, and then emergency broadcast briefings letting us know what's going on. And so these briefings that we might get are going to be really gnarly. They're going to be really heavy. And even for those of us that are somewhat aware of what might be coming down the pipe here very soon, they say that even we are going to be thrown off our chairs. And this is part of the cleansing, the detoxing of our whole society, and of our society as a collective consciousness. There are some things that our world has to know, and it has to do with the child and human trafficking and so forth. Anyway, there might be a lot of stuff coming up about that. And so I just wanted to, again, prepare people if this does in fact occur. There might be a lot of fear and panic out there because nobody will really understand what's happening. And just know that everything's going to be okay. It's going to be good. It's going to be good, but it's going to be gnarly, and we're going to see some things that we're not prepared for. And just to hang on, and we'll get through it. Luckily, the work is already done. The game is already won. And it's just, we're having to go through this process, and the people are finally going to know the truth, because for so long everything's just been done, behind closed doors and in silence, and everything from the justice system to to everything. We're not running our world anymore, our countries or our states. It's all given to somebody else, and it seems like all these things happen without us really being involved, despite our voting abilities. So anyhow, the Galactics are out there. They're very present, very, very present here with me, and I have some great shots that I just took today. It's hard to kind of get focused around here because the family is cruising around everywhere, and so I don't really do as much of my own solo stuff that I might normally do. So, but today I got out and I took some photos, and there was tons of ships. One in particular, or a couple in particular. I will share a quick story. I'm sort of running out of time, but I'm going to share a quick story, an experience that I had just a couple days ago. I was letting my dog out to use the outdoors before bed, and actually it was probably about dusk. It was probably about 8:30 p.m. And I was, as always, I'm looking up at the stars. I do see a couple of starships that kind of go by, but nothing like, that out of the ordinary. And then all of a sudden, something is coming towards me. It's like black. It's like a black hole, but there's two lights on the side, and one's red and one's green. And so I'm thinking it's a plane, and it's got to be a plane coming. But there's something weird. It was silent. It was coming really close, and it was really low. And the only thing I could see was a red and a green light. Nothing was flashing. And then like this dark black space, this void, and it was silent, but I knew there was something coming towards me. And I literally thought this thing was gonna land on top of the house, but it was silent. And it almost made everything more silent around. So it comes, and I'm like, oh my God, oh shit, what the hell? Oh, they're finally coming to get me. I always think I'm gonna be abducted. Maybe I am, I don't know. But as I'm standing out on the patio, I kind of scoot in underneath the awning of the house, because I'm like, I don't want it to beam me, I just felt a little more protected underneath the roof a bit. But I'm looking at it from underneath, and then all of a sudden it comes over the house, and it's got all sorts of lights underneath it, but I couldn't see it from the angle that it was coming. And again, it's still silent, and again, I'm just like, oh shit, this is it, I'm gonna get beamed up. And all of a sudden, 3 like giant jet propulsions fire up, and it goes, and it just takes off. And it was crazy. These things kind of happen every so often, and so my quick analysis is that I don't know if it was Galactic or if it was ours, being the US or the Space Force, but if it was, I think it was a TR-3B, because it was totally stealth, and it was but it had that jet propulsion in the back, and it was totally silent. I don't know, it was crazy. It was super cool, really cool. We've got Vandenberg Air Force Base, so there's all sorts of stuff that goes on. All right, so I'll leave you guys with that. There's lots of things going on, lots of information that the whole world is going to be coming up on, and if things go quiet, just know it's not going to be quiet for long. The Galactics are with us. We have a huge support, and maybe if we're lucky, there really is no virus, and this is the biggest media sham that's ever happened. I don't want to discount anybody that is sick or anybody that has loved ones that have passed through this, because I hope I'm wrong, or actually no, I don't hope I'm wrong. I hope there's no virus, but I do have complete compassion for all those who are suffering and who are fighting for their health. With that said, stay healthy. Peace, love, namaste. Join me for yoga Tuesday, Thursday, 7:30 a.m. via Yoga Soup, yogasoup.com. You can sign up. All right, doing it virtual. Take care, namaste.